welcome back to my channel. Today I am bringing you a voiceover of my trip to Thailand. I was there back in 2016 for about 10 days. So I'm going to be showing you some pictures and some video clips of my time there. I had an amazing time in Thailand and I do plan to go back. Just not sure when, but I do want to go back. We also got into a little sticky situation. I will explain that at the end of the video. So you have to watch the entire thing and stay tuned to find out exactly what type of trouble we got into while we were there. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you soon. Today I'm going to be reviewing my trip to Bangkok, Thailand. I was there April 2nd through April 10th of 2016. I flew from Seoul, Korea. My boyfriend at the time was stationed there for a year, so we decided to take a vacation to Bangkok, Thailand. We stayed at the Vismaya Rivera. The room was very clean. It was very nice and neat. The staff was very professional. Everybody was so helpful and treated us like kings and queens, honestly, while we were there. So here's the bed, king size bed. It was very nice. Here is the shower, and I'm just picky with bathrooms and kitchens, so I was really excited to see that the bathroom was clean. So I know a lot of women, you don't feel comfortable showering or doing anything like that if the bathroom is nasty, so I was really happy about that. So here I am the next day. We were headed out to go to this popular strip that we were told about. We went there to get some lunch and just to walk around and grab souvenirs and things like that. So a lot of the pictures are in order as things happen, but some of them are not. So you may see me talk about something, then a little bit further down you see a picture that kind of goes with what I just said. So I apologize for that. I try to keep everything in chronological order, but it was really hard because it was so many pictures and I didn't want to leave anything out. One thing I did like about Thailand is the people. The people were very nice and welcoming. A lot of times when you're African American, you're skeptical about going to different countries because you don't know how you're going to be treated. But I can say that everybody was nice. Everybody that I came into contact with was very nice and helpful to us. So here I am just flicking it up with a couple of pictures. I actually had bought a selfie stick here. It broke. It was my intention to start my YouTube channel back in 2016, but for some reason I just never got into it. So here I am now doing it. This picture is funny. There was somebody walking around making custom-made bracelets, and that's what he decided to get. So yeah. And here I am back at the resort. The pool closed at 8 o'clock, but they would open it for us personally. And here we are off to our first excursion. So right now we are at the Grand Palace. It's really, really pretty here. Belongs to the royal family. So I have this ugly shirt on because I had on a spaghetti strap romper, and you can't get in unless you're covered up if you're a woman. It's really, really pretty. It's hot as hell, but it's really nice. So that clip you just saw, I said the Royal Palace. I believe I was told that by one of the cab drivers, but I believe the place is actually called the Temple of the Emerald Buddha. And this place was gorgeous. I am in love with gold already. So just seeing all of these gold monuments and statues and buildings, I was just in love. It was so beautiful. As previously said, I had on the spaghetti strap romper set. It was pants, but since my arms were exposed, I had to rent a shirt. And when we went over to rent the shirt, like, he had on these gold chains and, Ray-Ban glasses. And a lot of people were looking at us and they were just like, are you famous? Are you a singer? Are you a rapper? So I thought that was pretty funny. But here I am posing with the sculpture. Like, the way these things were made, it was like, I don't know if the jewels are real, but it's just like everything about it, I just felt like was royalty. Even just being in there, I just felt like at peace. I'm really not sure what it's supposed to do, but like the aura inside of that whole entire temple, if you want to call, was just very amazing. It was really amazing. It was super hot this day, so we were just like dripping in sweat, but I was so happy that I had a chance to experience this while I was there. It was recommended to us by the receptionist at the hotel that we stayed at. She actually booked all of our excursions for us, but you know, beforehand I talked to her about the different things that we wanted to do, and she really looked out for us. So if you do decide to stay at this resort, you are in good hands. They make sure that they take care of you. You get to where you need to be safely and back. So here we are back at our resort, and we're just taking a couple of pictures and hanging out by the pool. I can't stress enough how fun this trip was. Like, I really felt like we were Jay-Z and Beyonce over there. Like, they treated us like gold. And I believe that was a pizza I had got. Like, everything was freshly made for us. They just, I mean, the hospitality and the way they treat people was just something I had never experienced. And with this being my first big trip, it was greatly appreciated. So this clip is funny to me. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear him with me talking over it, but we had been dating for a little over a year, and I never knew he knew how to swim. So this whole time we were on this trip and we were planning different things to do, I was like, you know what, I really hope I don't drown. And he's like agreeing with me, but apparently he knew how to swim the whole time. So I guess I was going to drown by myself, but yeah. I'm just hanging out, probably checking Instagram or Facebook. So the next day we did a 8-hour excursion, I believe. We got to ride an elephant. I did a little bit of things with the monkeys. And this place was actually called the Samphram, if I'm pronouncing it right. It's Samphram, Elephant Ground and Zoo. So we rode an elephant. We saw an elephant show. We went to the floating market, and then we also had lunch at this other site that was close to the floating market. So we're riding the elephant right now. There's Babe.
Yeah, you got me over here doing this elephant stuff.
I'm pretty excited about it.
Looking pretty good so far.
Yeah.
I like it.
Just took pictures with the elephant and the monkey. It's pretty good. Here it is. The scenery. I don't know what I was recording. I had no clue. My phone was like recording the sky and not the scenery. I always remember forever. So this was the floating market. This was so cool. Like, it was something, well, nothing I had ever experienced. They have like little shops and things on the water, and you can just let the driver know where you want to stop at. So we're on the floating market now. We're in this boat. It's pretty cool. Isn't it fun?
Yeah, it's cool. I'm loving it so far. I'm loving it.
So it's been a pretty good day so far. Just floating. Different places. It's little markets on the water. This lady was so cute with those coconuts. I ended up getting one, and it was so refreshing. It was so hot out there. I was like drenched in sweat. I ended up taking his hat that says Thailand just to cover my face because the sun was beaming. But it was definitely a great experience, and I would definitely recommend anybody do that goes to Thailand, and I would definitely want to do it again. Like, I know for sure that I want to go back to this place. I don't know when, but I definitely will go back. And it's just me trying to get my motto on, taking different pictures, and these are just different sculptures that were made by some of the local people. I found that this piece of art was gorgeous, and she was a sister, so I had to take a picture of that. And here I am just posing. And these pictures were right before the elephant show. Now, I wasn't too excited about that because I felt like it was a little bit kiddie, but it was actually interesting. Like, it's so surprising to see how these elephants are trained. like they just know on command what to do. Like I find that very fascinating. Like they're juggling these hula hoops on their trunks. They're like interacting with the crowd, and it's just very amazing because, you know, me being American, I'm not from there, and it's just like they just know what to do. And they were like interacting with people at the end. You got to go up and take pictures with them and play with them. So I found that was pretty cool. And that one, his leg, I thought it was injured, but it wasn't. He was actually doing it as a joke. So that was really funny that, you know, animals have that type of sense of humor as a human would. And this is like the little cannonball show. I thought they were going to put somebody in there, you know, like you see on the cartoons, but they didn't. Well, I'm glad they didn't because I wouldn't want anybody to get hurt. But it was a really loud bang. But overall, this excursion was really, really nice. And here we are afterwards. You got to come up and take pictures and feed the elephants. This is me back at the resort. Like I said, a couple of these are out of order. So this one actually should have been in the beginning when we were riding the elephant. So here we are. And this was us waiting for a boat while we were on the floating market. Hey girl. You see how she looking at me in the back? But here's us. Here I am. This is when we took this speedboat to get lunch, and this was a very humbling experience for me because as you can see, there are little houses on the water and people live in here. So, you know, it really made me sit back and reflect on the things that I had, and just to be there on vacation and doing all of these nice things, but people actually live there and they don't have as much as we do here. So just seeing like kids and, you know, moms and dads out, you know, a lot of times they come to tourists asking them to buy things. That's to support their livelihood. And just seeing them wash clothes in buckets and things like that, it was a very humbling experience. And this all we did was just get in a pool and drink. Like this trip was so relaxing and it was muchly needed, muchly needed. I loved it here. I believe this was some shrimp that I ordered. It was so good. Like everything we ordered at that resort was freshly made. Like nothing sat out. Like some places you go to, they have those big buffet style type things, but they didn't have that here at this place. So this place is actually the Safari World Bangkok. So we went on a safari ride looking at the different animals, and this was pretty nice too. We were actually on almost like a tour bus style, and we got to see different animals, and this one was very cool. There was a lady inside of this like Jeep style a car, whatever, and she had steak. So she was pushing a steak out of the little holes that you can see there, and the tigers were coming up eating it, and they were just like all over this thing. And I thought it was cool, but then I kind of got scared for him. Like, you know, I really hope not too many tigers get on there. What if it flips over? But, you know, she's used to that. But I found that was pretty cool. Taking a dip. We took a lot of pictures in front of different things, different statues. And like I said, I love gold. So anything gold that I saw, I made sure I got a picture in front of it. Safari World, I definitely would recommend Safari World too. when you're off the safari ride, they actually let you just walk around and explore on your own. So me and him were just like walking around, taking pictures, looking at different things. And I like that too, because it didn't restrict you to a group the entire time like most things do. And it was safe, like everything was like caged in. You had to pay to get in there, so there weren't like people walking off the street coming in, you know, doing anything. It was very safe. And here I am feeding the giraffes. And those are actually bananas. I loved doing this. This was like one of the best parts of the trip for me, doing this. To feed them was like $20 US, and they just gave you like a bucket full of bananas, and you with this little stick that was sharp at the end, so you can poke it and get one out for the giraffes. It was so fun. Like, even just looking at this video, it's like, who does that? Like, who goes to Thailand and feed giraffes? Like, not too many people can say that they've done something like this. So I really feel like I've experienced a once in a lifetime thing doing this. And then we're back. We're just headed off, looking at other things. I was actually scared under here because I thought they were going to poop on me. Look at my face. Luckily they didn't, but yeah, I was like, get me from over here. But here we are, just taking more pictures. I have like 1,000 pictures from this trip, so I really tried to condense it as much as I could just for the video's sake. I'm new to YouTube. I know a lot of people don't know me, so I didn't want to bore you with a ton of pictures. But now it's time to turn up, which we did. I was drunk, so don't judge me. And I'm from St. Louis, so just hearing like the Nelly song in another country, I was like, okay, they played this just for me. They knew I was here, they knew I was coming.
So they played Nelly all the way in Bangkok.
I'm loving it.
So they played Trap Queen.
Y'all, I was so drunk. I was like, really, really tipsy. I had to record him because he be acting like he knows songs, but he don't, so I have to kid him off guard. Oh, just a little fun fact. I had so much fun this night. I got so drunk. Like this dress that you see me in, I actually peed on myself on the way back to the resort. But I don't regret not one thing of this trip. Not one thing. It was so much fun. Look at my eyes. I was just gone, but in a good way. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I really hope you enjoyed my little overview of Thailand and all of the landscape and videos that I decided to share with you guys. So as promised in the beginning, I am going to talk about a situation that we got into, and it could help another person that may be interested in traveling to Thailand. So on our way back one day from the strip that we were on, we got a taxi. We thought we were going to be headed back to the resort. So the taxi driver was like, oh, you guys, you know, you're going in so early. Why don't you stay to have a little bit of fun? And we were kind of tired. So I was like, no, I don't know. He's like, yeah, everybody's going to ping pong tonight. And with me, I'm like, that's boring. Like, I don't want to sit and watch people play ping pong. You know, I'm thinking like Forrest Gump. So he's like, no, you're going to love it. I'll wait for you guys. Because we had bags, we had gotten gifts and things like that. So I was concerned about that. He was like, no, I'll wait for you guys. It's no issue. So we're like, okay, we're here. So we might as well just get the full experience. So we pull up to the place and it's like packed. It's cars everywhere. So I'm in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, they must really take this ping pong serious. Either they have like some type of championship going on, something of that nature. So we walk into there and there are naked women walking around everywhere, naked men as well. So I'm like, okay, what the heck? Like, where did this guy just bring us to? So apparently ping pong was the strip club. And I've been to strip clubs before, so you know, I didn't mind. And then at that point, I wasn't tired anymore. I'm like, okay, well, turn up then. So we sit down, we get us some drinks. We're watching the different acts, if you will, come on stage. And then this lady comes up. So she was the reason why they called this ping pong. She comes up with a bucket with ping pongs, with a stool. So she sits the stool down. She puts the bucket up there with ping pongs. She takes one out. Okay, let me get this right. She had the bucket and she had ping pongs and she had the stool. She sat the stool down, she sat the bucket up on the stool, and she took a ping pong. She inserted it into her vagina. You hear me? Her vagina. And like popped it out, tried to get it to go inside the bucket. So that is what ping pong is. So if you are ever in Thailand and somebody asks you if you want to go see ping pong, don't think about the sport. It's a strip club and there is a lady in there that shoots ping pong balls out of her vagina. So if you're not into that type of stuff, just decline. I'm still glad I went. I never seen nothing like that. I thought it was pretty cool, but their strip clubs get wild. Like there were people on stage having intercourse. So just keep that in mind. If you do go to Thailand and you like, you know, that risque type of stuff, they have it there. But if somebody asks you about ping pong and that's more like not your speed, then just decline. So yeah, that was the surprise. Again, I had a lot of fun there. I'm looking forward to my next adventure. I have been to Korea, I've been to China, I've been to Jamaica, and I've been to the Bahamas. I've been to Miami. Well, that really doesn't count this here in the US. I've been to Mexico. So I do have a couple more travel videos coming up that I'm going to do the voiceover of. I know that may be a bit boring for some people, but I still hope that some people find interest in it. I do have like a lot of content. And if you guys have questions about this trip, questions about the resort, you can hit me down below. I'll put my email, or you can just leave a comment and I'll be able to answer you on here. So thanks again for watching. Bye.